Now you combine it with Shadow Shaman. Not bad actually. A lot of catch now on this Team Liquid. They have the Snakes for a bit of push together with Centaur as well, so if your early game, mid game goes well. Morphling is one of those heroes that is very fluid, pun intended, as he's able to go for either an early to mid game pushing lineup or a much more late game oriented lineup as well. With Shadow Shaman and Centaur, you can actually combine this Morphling with either an early catch, getting a lot of kills, getting good team fight, they have a lot of good disengage and stuns, or alternatively, a good pushing lineup that takes advantage of Morphling's high agility to take down towers early and immediately choke the enemy team down. A great way to deal with Gyrocopter as well. We could still see the potential IO in the pool. There is Ogre Magi offlane as a possibility with IO Gyrocopter here. Hippomaniacs have to consider if that's what they want to do. Ooh! The Meepo, a classic as well for Hippomaniacs, a team that has run this hero before. Interesting. I'm interested in this this Meepo pick. Okay. This is a Meepo against... Honestly, not a bad Meepo pick. Against the Centaur, struggles a bit. And Undying is very brutal against the Meepo. But Shadow Shaman and Morphling not the best against them. You can burst on the Morphling easily. It's not like Meepo struggles too much against Centaur to burst him down either. He can destroy the Tombstone as well with a lot of ease. Making him a great counter to potential Ags Morphling with Undying. He's a good space creator, combines nicely with Gyrocopter because Meepo starts to fall off the moment Gyrocopter comes online. So you have a very good ladder lineup where you always have one core at least being activated. You can even play a 4 Protect 1 with Meepo. Even if Gyrocopter loses a bit of farm in the early, that's not his goal. His goal is just to have a nice little killing potential early. Okay. Exciting. I'm always very excited for a Meepo pick, honestly. It's even no matter what. Qualifiers, real major. It's very exciting to watch a team that knows how to play with the Meepo. I think this lineup is not bad for the Meepo either. The global potential of an Ancient Apparition is fantastic. Bloodlust is really good with a Meepo as well. More healing, more burst damage. You combine it with Gyrocopter's early game. It's pretty nice. The only concern I have is the Shadow Shaman can really be a nuisance to a Meepo. Single out a single Meepo with a Hex, shackle him as well, and if the other Meepos can't stop him, now that roots don't stop channels, it makes it very tough for Shadow Shaman to... Well, for you to stop the Shadow Shaman, you essentially have to concentrate on this hero and murder him. And early Aetherlands plus the talent for Shadow Shaman on the cast range means that you can actually take down a Meepo from range. Morphling similarly, once he hits that adaptive strike on 3 targets, can be a nuisance. We'll see. Tide is the ban here. Interesting. Tide versus Morphling, not the best matchups, I wouldn't say, but okay. Perhaps for more team fight for these guys at Hippomaniacs. I think what I want to see here for Hippomaniacs as their last offlaner. You know, I don't mind the Night Stalker here in this pool. Against the Morphling, the Crippling Fear could be brutal. He did get nerfed slightly, considerably, and he's not the ideal hero against the Undying in the lane. Perhaps you're looking for something that's not a strength core, but offlaner, not strength, tall order. Perhaps Matter is the only one that really comes to mind, besides the potential win range and just profit, but those aren't really played anymore. You know, I wouldn't mind an Enigma either, actually. Enigma could be quite decent here for Hippomaniacs. I know it's not the most stable of picks, but you have really good teamfight to begin with. Enigma kind of cancels the Morphling's farm early. You can outlast a Morphling and deal... be slightly annoying. Also, Enigma, not the most common position yet, but it's still being picked sometimes. They ban the Zeus themselves. Ooh, the Beastmaster, of course. Right, one of the few offlaners left in the pool. They're still meta. They don't want to go for something special. They just want to go for something that works. Not the best hero against Undying, definitely, but... Well, he's good against him in the mid game. Very bad against him in the early. But he can harass the Morphling decently. He can get nice pickoffs. Lina is the last pick here. For Liquid. A Qualifier staple. He loves those... Well, we're in this phase where I don't really know what to do. Do I take away the draft? Do I put in the in-game screen? You never know. Okay, quick Valina. Best way to deal with a Meepo, perhaps. A lane dominator that can also transition nicely into a mid-game space creator. With usually the option to go for a magic damage build. And now that Meepo doesn't have the extra magic resistance that got taken away a while ago. Lena's much more effective against him. Light Strike Array is very good at stopping multiple meepos. She is not the most vulnerable against the Earthbind combo, because you always have the option to go for a Yule Scepter, of course, and that takes away your Earthbind. We'll see how this works out for them. I don't know, looking at the drafts, it's all up to the meeple, really. It's all up to the meeple and how well you can do. I kind of side with Liquid's draft a bit more. They have a very strong draft. I think the Morphling actually goes really well with this draft in general. You don't have to go for an Ags Morphling if you don't want to. It is Mickey Morphling. That's top. I really enjoy watching this guy on Morphling. He's kind of a beast. It's an Alliance, or I guess Liquid now, staple. Oh, this makes so much more sense. Mickey plays Morphling, you play on Liquid. This is perfect. I never thought of this. Wow. I understand now why this whole change was made. Mickey's just the king of comedy. He wants puns. He knows he's going to play that Morphling. That makes a lot of sense now. All this talk about perhaps better contracts or whatever. Nah, it's to play Liquid Morphling Mickey. Let's see. Game about to start. Okay. Just 1 second, because I didn't actually... There we go.
I see for you.
Ha! Fits perfectly. See the quality of observers that can adapt on the fly. It's not a problem. Alright. Liquid versus Hippomaniacs. Game starting now. The first game of the EU qualifiers. And we have the typical thing. Centaur farming those retaliate stacks, stopping potential observer wards from coming out. This is a greedy Centaur. Okay. Alright, buddy. That's a lot of stacks. Usually you go 3, 4, and they start annoying him and they start attacking him, but not in this case. This Centaur is not afraid of death. Well, worked out great for now, as Boxy can go back to the... Oh, interesting. I don't know if he's gonna get there on time, actually. They could try to steal the runes. Oh, right. So you're gonna put pressure down the bottom lane, except that your off lane is gonna be taken. I hope that Hippomaniacs realizes this. There's no way the Centaur can come here back in time if he's healing back at the base. They could steal 2 runes. Okay, they play this much more defensively. And this rune? Who's taking this rune? Nobody's taking the rune. Okay. Well, that's fun. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Dota sometimes decides to be Dota. There we go. Okay. No. Okay. This rune is still... Yeah, Boxy thought, they must have taken it. There's no way they haven't taken it. Meanwhile, Hippomaniacs is thinking, well, there must be someone there to take it. In the bottom lane, Ancient Apparition in trouble, and he's gonna go down first. Mulf, the first to die. As this tri-lane works out nicely, while Boxy, he's not even creep skipping. He's actually straight up cutting the lane here. Sorry, he's straight up creep skipping, not cutting the lane necessarily. Senny finally comes to annoy him, but now you have 9 retaliate stacks, so you can actually fight against this ogre if you need to. Boxy, I mean, the creeps do annoy him a bit, though. I wonder if they're gonna realize this rune is still alive. Alright, Boxy. You got smacked 3 times by the ogre, but now it's done. You don't want to receive any more pain. Yes, this is perfect. Keep on dancing. Show the enemy you have no fear. Oh, and he's like, wait, guys, there's a rune! We found it! Success! Ultimate efficiency! You managed to not lose any creep lanes and even take your rune without bothering for it. What a genius. Now if you can just make sure they attack the range creep first, or I don't even think you need it, to be honest. You can just, yeah, there we go. Really successful start for Liquid, because they're getting away with doing a tri-lane down bottom, while Boxy, at the same time, is getting nice farm. He's not really bothered by this, he's getting full creeps. Nothing you can do against them. And they go for another kill here. Senny, the target, as they shackle him up. Tombstone already leveled up. As opposed to the usual build on the Undying with the Soul Rip, they decide to instead go for the Tombstone level 2. Interesting. Just to be even more aggressive. They know this Trilane is going to work out. Tombstone is fantastic against Trilanes in general as well. Mickey is very happy how the lane is going. Meepo, however, Supreme decided to leave this lane completely. Typical thing you do against Alina, who can just beat you in lane anyway. No, Ancient Apparition, the bottom lane, the target again. And with one last Ether Shock, they will bring him down as Curry. Are they deciding to go for him? More decays, looking for a shackle. Here's the body block. The Curry can fight back. This Beastmaster's not afraid of you, Insania. They need the level 3 on Mickey to actually play even more aggressively than they are doing now. Right now, it's level 1 attribute shift. Not too fantastic. The war's annoying them ever so slightly. Seems like this is the lane where all the kills are going to be at, so... Yeah. There's another Shackles going for the Beastmaster. No Tombstone just yet, unfortunately. Taiga has to get away. He gets frozen solid, and here's the counter Nishi... Nope, I spoke too soon. Curry. Again, they both... Level 3s are so important to this team. Getting the level 2 boards is massive. Literally doubles the damage of your boars. Continue hitting each other and trading last hits. To be fair, this is kind of in Hippomaniacs' favor. Yes, you're getting a lot of kills as Liquid, but you also are losing a bit of farm on Mickey. And he should be farming right now. Especially if your choice is not to go for an Aghanims on Morphling. Okay, now with the new boards, let's see how this goes. The top lane, quickly. Boxy against Boom. Seems like Boxy's doing quite fine. He has a lot of retaliate stacks here if he wants to fight him, but he acknowledges potential Rocket Barrage level 3. No thank you. No thank you. He's playing this fine. The middle lane, we're not even bothering with this matchup because Lina is completely alone. Meeple's farming the jungle. As you'd expect, Lina will destroy you in the lane, so you might as well be efficient. Very similar to how a TA would play this. Last lane will just go on. With a superior Trilane, thanks to Undying's decay, he's already got for 2 points in this. It's not the typical build on Undying at all nowadays, but especially against a Trilane and against a Beastmaster. In fact, a Trilane that includes an Ogre and a Beastmaster. Both of which rely on having high HP pools. Not bad at all. There's the Shackles onto Ancient Apparition. They want to continue this. They don't have a Hex though. They're just stopping him from potentially ruining the runes. There's the Tombstone zombies starting to charge up. And with the Decay, they'll get rid of this Ancient Apparition. Curry is also pushed away from this lane. They thought this Beastmaster would work out, but not against a Morphling. He's just beating him, quite literally. As the constant mango usage by Insania ensures that this Curry stays on really low HP pool. Constant decays happening. No time to rest. I know it's a dumb thing, but I love how they combine the decay immediately with the burst damage, right? They wait for the decay to just come out so they can get the maximum strength stolen before they try to use any magical damage to be as efficient as possible in harassing. Middle lane, a problem with Koikva, who's been rooted up. Nice light strike around to 3. Where's the help? Koikva needs it. Fire Blast will stop him, but they can't get that poof off. Insania comes a bit too soon. Now finally the point in Soul Rip, and Koikva sees a really valuable regen rune. Can he take it? Supreme cancel this? No, he can't. In fact, he has a bottle, so it's fine. He wouldn't have been able to cancel it anyway. I think that's why he realized. Bottom lane, the target's the Beastmaster. Perhaps it's Taiga, actually. You might have shot your shot, my brother. As Taiga goes down here. It's only a support, not a big deal. If they lose the tower mid lane, that's a much bigger deal. Insania getting them the space here. One last hit will do the trick. Light strike array, ensure there's no deny. Going for the Ancient Apparition. He melts to the Lina, but maybe at the cost of her life. As now the Earthbind stops her. Insania has no mod to do anything. Another beautiful Light strike array stops the poof. And now Insania just giving her enough space. Koikva actually wants to fight this back. Koikva has no fear. He wants to go for Supreme, the more valuable target. The decays are coming out. Supreme realizes it's not his fight. The poof, he doesn't get it off in time. Koikva, he turns this around from what should have been a gank and makes the hunter the hunted. And he goes for more. Steady, you gotta be careful. This Lina, she has a killer instinct for days. This shark smells blood in the water, but he is not gonna act on it. As now, in the bottom lane, here they go for Beastmaster. Not expecting the stampede. They stall the other strike. Curry should be dead here. Shotgun to the face. And there's no more face to speak of. Now Mickey, he has level 3 attribute shift. He's not too concerned. Another shackles. You fell for the trap. This morph thing is not a killable target. Curry though might be. The strike doesn't deal too much damage, unfortunately, as he had to morph a lot of his agility away. But the Aether Shock will. That's gonna be a dead Beastmaster as Liquid walk away with the kill. I was looking just to see if he shifted most of his agility away by the time that he used the adaptive strike, which is why Beastmaster could survive it mostly. Mickey has to be a bit careful. You taunted him once, but they're not going to fall for the same trap again. This man is a beast on the Morphling. You have to respect Mickey's Morphling every time. Even if you think it's a bad matchup, you're like, I don't think Morphling is good for this draft. And you go, yeah, but it's Mickey. Well, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Another kill on Supreme. Is this possible? I think Taiga realizes that it's not. It's a nice light strike array, but Taiga might be in trouble. As the Rocket Barrage comes in, he is going to be the sacrificial lamb, allowing Qualifiers to get away unscathed. Not bad, but definitely not what they were looking for. They realized they put a ward down here to give him high ground presence, and I think they were just expecting a meepo, perhaps even a support. Even a Beastmaster there, easy kill. But instead they found the whole cavalry. Tower's taken by Boxy. Boxy, who by the way has been given a solo lane pretty much this whole game. He's quite happily farming. I think he has his Vanguard. No, interesting. What's that ring of health for? I'm not sure if it's Heart of Defiance or Vanguard yet. Okay, special kill against Seni. Observer ward has come down. I don't know if they'll spot this, but Seni is definitely going to die for this regardless. Do they have any sentries yet? No. I don't know if they're going to guess that was a warding mission, but we'll see now. I want to go for more though. Qualifiers unless like Array Supreme. What are you doing, buddy? You're alone. Only 3 is not enough as Qualifiers manages to stop poor Meepo. Supreme is gone, and I try to go for Qualifiers. I don't know if this is possible. The cooldown's been used. Qualifiers still has the magic wand. He's able to get away. Mass Strike Array doesn't use the magic wand in time. Gets killed off by the Cold Feet, accepts his death. But they'll try to get as much as they can because of this. Boom. On the target. And just a massive undying trying to search after Boom. Soul Rip used, does absolutely nothing. Boxy also chasing after him. Another decay. Going for the easier target, perhaps a Seni. But they realize that it's impossible to kill either of them. Interesting, I thought he could have magic wanded and walked away, but he played that a bit more aggressively than I expected him to. Meanwhile, top lane, at least they give some space to Mickey. So this is not such a bad team fight for Liquid, even if they do lose. I mean, they do win the team fight technically because you killed Meepo. Any kill on Meepo before minute like 30 is super valuable because, well, you just want him to stop farming essentially. Lina's happy dying for a kill on Meepo, but more importantly, you fought over here, right? Oh, I hate when this happens. It's a stupid bug, but you fought over this area, which means that Mickey could farm easily in this area up top. And you just create a bunch of space for him. When people make the joke about, oh, space created. It is true that you're creating space as long as you're fighting the furthest away possible from your carry. Allowing your carry to farm peacefully. Acknowledging that he can go for, you know, more difficult farm. Or play more aggressively just because he doesn't have to worry about potential rotations. In this case, they worked for that. I mean, the Gyrocopter was involved in that team fight. Here's the major difference between the lineups as well. Liquid just has one carry that needs to farm. That's the Morphling. He's the guy that needs to constantly be given space and allowed to farm. Whereas in the case of... because Lina can just fight. In the case of Hippomaniacs, they kind of have to spread the farm between Gyro and Meepo. Both of them need to be able to fight and farm. It's much more difficult to execute a lineup like this. Timings are not so clear. He's a smoke gank though by Hippomaniacs. This could work out for them. Primal Roar is available, and Qualifier is the prime target here. If they can just get him, slow him down, the ward gives vision of him, but Qualifier is just a bit too fast with those face boots.
Burns, doesn't it?
He can get away. Meanwhile, top lane, they do see the Meepo now. Well, they could consider this. No. There are two heroes here, but it does seem like Insane is just going to run away. Don't fight the Meepo. Too close to his tower anyway. They are putting some offensive wards, though, taking over the enemy jungle. Meepo's probably going to be around. Oh, Insania. Surprise, Meepo! It's the House of Terrors. Tombstone has been used. That Tombstone's going to fall very soon. But they have everyone here, and Supreme's going to be bursted down. As Boom rotates completely alone, he's going to fight Mickey and Qualifier. I don't think this is the play. Ice Blast will come in. Ice Blast will hit both. Mickey has been sniped! But Boom will die because of this. Hippomaniacs will lose 2 in exchange for 2. However, those are 2 cores for them. Gyrocopter being the one forced to rotate is just not ideal. But the rest of their team just didn't have TPs available, unfortunately. And now, Shadow Shaman here in the middle lane. Primal Roar, Taiga with a Hex. Careful. There's a counter. The boar still trying to kill Taiga. And it seems like this boar will get that kill. Curry super happy about this, as they managed to get a simple kill on a Shadow Shaman. It seems like small. It doesn't seem like much. It's just a support, right? But you're trying to right now stave off the killing potential for Liquid. Trying to make sure that Liquid cannot get those pick-offs they're looking for. Shadow Shaman's a key part of this strategy. So right now, Hippomaniacs looking to take advantage of this Primal Roar. Low commitment, high quality kills. And honestly, Shadow Shaman, Lina, and Morphling are the ideal situation. Centaur's too tanky, you can't kill them. You can't have low commitment. This allows you to rotate much safer. And perhaps even get a Kank on Boxy. A bit tougher though with Vanguard. This guy is not going to go down. I'm expecting early Crimson Guard after the Blink Dagger to stop the Meepo damage. Ooh. Curry has the face boots ready. This is initiation by... I love how he never stops dancing. This is how you know he's a good player. Taunt your way to victory. I want to see where Boxy's hand placement is. I wonder if his taunt button is right next to the QWER. Oh, okay. This could be really good if they can just catch Boom. His teammates are nearby, though. They haven't scouted this too well. I mean, right now they're giving a lot of space to Morphling anyway, so this is not a concern. Hippomaniacs... So I think you can tell the difference here between a team that has a bit more experience and they've actually played together for a while. They understand the idea of space creation or in general space in the map a bit better. They're committing much less and having much more impact with these commitments. Right now they only commit 4 heroes to this bottom defense. Sure, Hippomaniacs is constantly farming on Meepo, but your Gyrocopter's falling behind. Whereas Mickey is constantly farming. Ooh, Primal Roar, sorry. They catch the Centaur Warner. And this is what they were looking for. You commit 4 here or 5 heroes down bottom, you better get a kill, and they do. Boxy is the one to go down. Meepo keeps on farming, so at least he's matching Mickey, and now you're starting to get to your peaks. The Gyrocopter has enough items to fight early. You know, his magical damage is peaked as well. The Meepo, once he gets the E-Blade, he's ready to fight as well. And you have the Beastmaster with Vlad's just to give a bit more pushing power. The Hawks are max, which is super important to get that vision advantage. Smoke here by Hippomaniacs. What's the goal? The smoke. This is a... Ooh, the scan! What a scan, buddy! That... Oh, that is a fantastic guess. I don't know if they saw the particles of the smoke. I actually couldn't tell. And now it's their time to counter-initiate. They go for Supreme, but they know where the rest of the team is. Here's the call down. Taiga could be in trouble. The Ice Blast comes in. Can they snipe Taiga in time? Taiga, though, is committed to this Gyrocopter kill. And a fantastic set of snakes that cancels Supreme. As now Boom is the next target. Aim joins Mickey. That's going to be Boom going down as well. 2 cores off. And now they're going to go for the dessert. It's going to be a simple support. Senny dying off here. As they try to catch the last core, Curry. But, no, he's a bit too spicy to bring him down. However, those snakes catching the Meepo, what a perfect snake setup. And they just stunned him and stunned him. Light Strike Array so brutal against the Meepo. Taiga, did you see that little sidestep? Very quality, you know, like a American football player. This guy sidesteps the play, you know, very tranquilly. Shackles the gyrocopter. He doesn't stress out. He doesn't try to run away because, oh no, I'm Shadow Shaman in the middle of the fray. Nope. He knows how to play that. He knows his life is worth a gyrocopter kill, and he commits to those shackles. And that works out for Liquid. Hippomaniacs, these constant fights, they're not taking advantage of their biggest asset. They have 2 cores that can join in on early fights. It's fantastic. Great. You definitely want to do that. But these 2 cores are dying constantly in these fights. The asset of having Gyrocopter and Meeple, the fact that they can engage so early, means you can get early kills for Gyrocopter and Meeple. Boost their farm. Not sacrifice them for potential engagements. This is definitely not what you want to do. Because when you sacrifice them, you both lose gold because they're literally dying. And you're losing farm time. Not only because they're dead, but also because they're engaging instead of farming. Compare this to Mickey, who has just been given free farm the whole game, and you see a difference. I mean, Meepo is less farmed than a Morphling. We're talking about a hero whose best farming ability is Waveform, and is level 2. Actually, Adaptive Strike is pretty decent, pretty low cooldown, but anyway. And once he gets that Linken's, that Primal Roar will no longer be effective on this hero. Koikva is also very happily participating in these engagements. He's having some very impactful Light Strike arrays. Well, I'm glad that even changing orgs does not change the power of Alliance, or Liquid, sorry. It's gonna take me a while to get used to that change, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, now it's time to take advantage of your pushing power. This is another option you have as Hippomaniacs. A bit of split pushing. Choke the enemy Gyrocopter, choke the enemy Morphling, the enemy Lina. The more safe farm you take away from them, the better. And you have the Hawks to guarantee that you can actually go in and push a bit safer. The boards as well. Notice how Beastmaster is just staying within range so Inner Beast can be effective. This tower will fall to them. There's a tier 2 you got essentially for free. And since Meeple only commits a single hero here, or a single Meeple I guess, you can still farm here. Not bad. These plays are what Hippomaniacs should be doing now that they acknowledge that the pickoff potential is gone. It's not so easy. And they need to start to gain map control, but perhaps put more offensive wards. I mean, look at the warding situation, actually, just for a second. We see a lot of defensive D-wards on the side of Liquid. In fact, some offensive D-wards here as well. They have many more sentries on the map. They understand the map control is super important this game, because both Morphling and Gyrocopter are prone to choking. They're heroes that require relatively safe farm. Because if you catch him alone, it's just super easy. Even with Morphling, who has an escape mechanism, he still doesn't want to farm super dangerously like an Ember or an Anti-Mage, you know, even a Spectre. Especially not against an Ancient Apparition, right? That's the big drawback. If the Ancient Apparition wasn't here, I would not say that statement, but with the Ancient Apparition, Morphling is kind of vulnerable. Nowadays, Linken's, though, no longer vulnerable to the Primal Roar. Going for the classic shotgun Morphling build. I've missed this build. So much cheesy Axe Morphling these days. It's good to see traditional old Morphling. For us old-timers that follow Dota for a while, this is enjoyable to watch. Going back to my roots. It's even older than the Morphling. Like, what is it? Linken's Morphling is actually one of the first builds I even got on him as a hero. Still viable. It's like that time when Linken's Weaver was like a thing. Everyone's like, yeah, Linken's has to be first item on Weaver. Okay, Insania. A bit insane here. You don't have vision of the enemy team. That's a bit dangerous. But they are playing themselves, assuming that Hippomaniacs doesn't have a vision of them. However, Hippomaniacs do have this ward. So they do actually have an idea of where Liquid is standing. Oh my god, more sentries. Seriously, these guys are employing every... Look at the amount of sentries on the map right now that are green. I don't know if the dewarding is just going better or they're just buying more sentries, because I can't... It doesn't show me how many they have in stock. But I literally think that Liquid's out of sentries in their stock. Okay, there's a trouble for Lina. Where's the Yols? There we go. Give him some time, but... It's not going to help him too much. Quakefa does go down. Fantastic kill for Hippomaniacs. Now it's time for Roshan. A great way of taking objectives. Yeah, Bloodlust ready on Sunny. Oh, and they jump. They catch another one. Undying's gone. You're not honoring your name here, Insania. You're supposed to be Undying, buddy. Ace turns into Gyrocopter. Not bad, actually. A lot of damage. Flak cannon's fantastic in general. But Roshan, I mean, it's kind of difficult to threaten this. Home missile all you want, buddy. You're still 3 versus 5. They're just trying to delay as much as possible. Taiga considers the snakes. He puts them in, okay? Snakes to give some vision, but Taiga, will he die for this? No, the Force Staff! Just barely out of range of the high ground. He falls short. And Taiga, unfortunately, falls down. Hippomaniacs, time to go for the Roshan. Seni, homing missile. Now the Roshan at least will fall for Hippomaniacs. It's a 4 versus 5. They're coming into it as a stampede. They don't steal the Aegis in time. Meeple has it. They will kill the Ancient Apparition. But the price of what? Mickey's gonna go down because the Ice Blast comes out in time. And that's Mickey gone. With the E-Blade now destroying the Centaur. He's gonna dance his way to the grave. Boxy, you're not going anywhere. They are playing with your corpse. Hippomaniacs. They only lose 1. And Ancient Apparition does get a fantastic Ice Blast before he dies. The ultimate counter to Morphling. Ice just beats water here. And Liquid will lose 2 important cores. This is now the point of inflection for Hippomaniacs. They have E-Blade and Blink Dagger on Meeple. They have GHS ready as well. Gyrocopter just got his BKB, a very high impact item as well. The issue is he kind of lacks damage, but his magical damage can still carry him through, especially with an Ancient Apparition and the help of the Bloodlust on the Ogre. Actually, you have a lot of boost to his physical damage with Bloodlust and Inner Beast, to be honest. So Gyrocopter, he's not so desperate for items as he usually is at this time. Now that Meeple can be more of your space creator because he's farmed almost fully, and he can just get farm from kills, Gyrocopter has some time to farm as well. Hippomaniacs is not dead yet. Did you guys know that out of most of the savanna animals, hippos are one of the most dangerous? They kill the most people because most people think unsuspectingly, they go, it's just a hippo. What is he gonna do? Well, hippos have teeth that can break right through your bones, buddy. Hippos are incredibly dangerous. They can kill you easily. You will never underestimate a hippo. This is why Hippomaniacs can never be discounted from the game. They represent their spirit animal here. By seemingly giving up the game, but then coming back now. There's definitely a chance, if not, maybe even win for them, honestly. The current Meeple is not so susceptible in the late game. That Ransack gives him a lot more late game viability, honestly. Even if he is going for quote-unquote older Meeple build, where you don't go for stats, but instead go for just initiation. I mean, it depends on your Meeple preference, really. They take 2 towers super quickly as Mickey takes the bottom tower, not bad. So that's all your outer towers gone. Hippomaniacs. Interesting. That's now they can start threatening and they can start taking down your sentries. Okay, this maze of sentries is gonna start to come down. Here we go. It's time for the support to do their job. Where are my wards? The ogre magic. Buddy, you just dewarded the sentry. Why are you? Oh, I guess he thought there was a ward here. This makes sense, actually. Sorry. Too early a criticism of Seni. My bad, my bad. Okay, we're starting to see some red dots on the map. This means that it is time for Hippomaniacs to start taking down some of the map domination. This is a very interesting ward. Is this on purpose? Does this ward not get seen? Oh, they're like, what? Oh, wow, this is fascinating. So you actually don't see it if you just go for this ward. The center doesn't reveal it. So you have to actually check this sentry, this ward as well. Wow, this is really fascinating. I love this. I mean, it doesn't give you as much vision, obviously. This is the ideal ward when you want to control this triangle, which is what they're trying to do. This triangle control is super important, but actually, wasting a sentry like this can mean a lot for you. Because if they now manage to deward the sentry, if they manage to keep control over this top, like, warding spot, they're able to keep control over the triangle. And the enemy team just wasted 1 sentry. Now that there's stocks of sentries, this is very important. I hope they decide, yeah, there we go, Ice Vortex. They're like, I think there's something up here. Sentry, put it down. Yes! This is working out for them! Oh my god, I love this. Sorry, support player. Exciting ward spots. Okay, in they go. Boxy gets the stun off on 4. Primal Roar still onto Lina. Can they kill her off with the Ice Blast? Yes, she's gone! Lina's down for 70 seconds. She has to buy back immediately. There's the snakes trapping Supreme with Light Strike Array, but they will kill Boxy in the process. However, Supreme still has the Aegis. He's gonna be happily coming back. Boom, though, might be in trouble. Ooh, they don't get him with the Laguna Blade. Instead, they try to go for the Beastmaster. Meeple's still trapped. They might get a double kill here quickly on Supreme. Supreme's still fighting this. He's just getting Earthbinds everywhere. He has to get away. Nice little multicast. Insania in trouble as they manage to shotgun him down. But at the same time, the Meepo does go die. Which means Mickey gets the kill they were looking for. They do take a tier 3 tower. Hippomaniacs. They chaotically divide the team fight. It works out for them. They get some very important kills early. The Lean and the Centaur. However, Meepo trapped in those snakes. Fantastic snakes placement there by Taiga. That guarantees that they can actually get a beautiful light strike array into a kill. Very necessary buyback for Quake, I'm sorry. This ward is giving me the joy of this game, man. I wonder how long, because they've seen it with the courier now, and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna deward this annoying thing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, oh no. Oh, Ice Frog. Remember when you promised that melee support could deward up in the high ground? Boxy's forced to go into the even higher high ground, but now he's kind of stuck. I don't know if they can play around with this. They might be able to, actually. They kill the Undying. Boxy, he's finally out. No, he's fine, he's fine. They force-stepped him out. Muff will die for this, perhaps. Oh, the Ice Vortex. They still want to go for Mickey. Nah, they catch Muff. Muff is gone. The double damage just acquired. No, it's Boxy who gets it, so Boom doesn't want to continue this. Oh, maybe they do. Boxy's forced to use a Stampede. They hex him. That doesn't reduce his movement speed because he's still stampeded. Call down used. They don't get the Earthbind now. Finally, the Earthbind with the multicasted Fire Blast. Boxy gets a nice stun off, but Boom commits the BKB to kill off this Centaur. Yeah, sorry, the Bloodlust coming from before. I meant to say Bloodlust was amplifying his damage in general. It was confusing, I agree. There's a Gyrocopter here stunned out. They're gonna go for the Morphling. Ice Blast. There we go. Okay, Morphling can no longer join this fight, essentially. I mean, he has to be very careful. The Meeples have been stunned, though. Light Strike Array! And that's another form of shotgun. With a Light Strike Array with a Laguna Blade with the Adaptive Strike. They control him and then they just murder him. Now go for the Ogre Magi. Another easy kill. This is what I was talking about. Meepo, there's two ways to deal with him, right? The classic, oh, let's pick area damage. Then Meepo doesn't know which Meepo to save. Because we have a Sven with Cleave and the call down a Gyrocopter is so good. Or the other option, why don't we just kill one of them? We all die, right? Both of them. You're going, oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Cancel one out, get a beautiful Light Strike Array so that they're all controlled. The idea with Meepo, actually, the best way to deal with him is not necessarily the area damage spread around all, but rather area control. Catch, what would you call it? Crowd control in other games? I hate that term because we don't use it in Dota, but the idea of crowd control with a Light Strike Array, for example, the stomps on the Centaur, and then proceed to single out one Meepo and dedicate all your damage to him. Shotgun Morphling is fantastic for this. So is the Laguna Blade on Meepo, on Lina. Wow, sorry. Got very excited there. Meepo. Meepo's ugly sister. We're seeing more Scythe of Vices coming on Hippomaniacs. Beastmaster the second one to get one. Satanic on Boom. This is what I was talking about, the weak transition period where Gyrocopter's like, guys, I kind of need damage, I need items, I need farm. And my magical damage no longer cuts it. 30-minute mark. The physical damage is okay, because like I said earlier, it does get amplified. I don't care about Insania. It does get amplified. But the thing is, attack speed on Gyrocopter, like Inner Beast and the Bloodlust, is good, but it doesn't affect your side gun, right? Much like your physical damage does. So, it's not the most effective way of amplifying his physical damage. Still good, but it's not the most effective way. Because side gun or attack speed won't change, of course. Satanic will help him out a lot, though, against this constant control the enemy team has. Those affect especially the Stomp, the Hex, the Light Strike Array. Take some Shrines. The important shrine really is this one, so they've already taken this one. That's the Roshan control shrine. This one does choke the enemy a bit, because you don't let them come into your jungle again. Okay, I want to see... Sorry guys, I know that like if you play support line, you understand that this is a like this is not like the first time I've seen this ward, but they love it. Teams usually just commit to this ward and they just defend the high ground, but this time they don't. They just saw the smoke. They just saw the smoke because of the most peculiar and weird ward ever. Liquid's thinking they're not going to use this warding spot again. It's inefficient, right? Nah, buddy, they're waiting for you. In the high ground, the Master Ward just discovered Moxie. Boxy with a call down, Ice Blast as well. They catch him. I think Boxy might be dead. Morphling goes in though with a flat cannon. Mickey trying to kill Boom. Boom is surviving for now, tanking all the damage. Senny's the first to die. Boom, why are you alone? He destroys the tombstone, but he needs some help from his teammates. Boxy's still alive and Boom gets bursted down. One last Ethereal Blade. Boom is gone. Hippomaniacs, they lose 2. Boom committed too hard to try and take down the tombstone, but he was alone. It was a really good detection of the smoke, very good preparation, but they should have all been waiting here in this high ground. Not just the Ogre Magi, or at least have a better plan there to jump in. I think the tactic was good, the execution was a bit I love when Quelling Blade, by the way, it multicasts. I don't know if it can actually multicast, because you hear the sound with Quelling Blade multicast. I don't think that's how it works though, but it's interesting. It's an active item, right? So technically you chop the ward multiple times. Very interesting. My camera's gonna keep going over here. Lovely. I mean, they do keep control over that triangle. It's very important, and it is true that, like I was mentioning earlier, you still have transition to the late game. That's the beauty of playing Meepo Gyrocopter. Your Gyrocopter will secure your late game a bit more, and Meepo can just go for stats now. He's not entirely useless in the late game. The Satanic will do a lot for this Gyro. That teamfight would have been won if he had Satanic. Well, maybe not won, but he would have survived that. Keep on farming. Notice how they're swapping roles a lot as well here. Hippomaniacs. I like in terms of farm potential. So sometimes they give Meepo the main farm role, sometimes they give Gyrocopter. They understand now that Gyrocopter's close to his item that they're gonna give him more. But Meepo's also trying to get the Scotty, so they're dividing the farm a bit more. For a while it was Suprema's creating space. At first it was Gyrocopter, it's nice. Then this team has kind of come into his own as the match has progressed. A bit, I would say, chaotic. Not the perfect executed engagements early. Later on that became much better. Game's next item on Qualifiers. This is going to make a huge difference, actually. Burst down the Meepo, super easy. There is no pipe. Oh, sorry, there is a pipe, actually. Never mind. That's how you pick the Beastmaster. So, piercing through that pipe is massive. And being able to just Laguna Blade a single Meepo out of existence is ideal. Morphling's BKB was also very crucial that fight, actually. BKB is a huge turning point for most teams. On a Morphling particularly, being able to turn to Gyrocopter and just flat cannon your way to victory is fantastic. That's all you need to do really as Morphling. You turn into because Gyrocopter, the issue he has is even with BKB, he's not always as tanky. Now with Satanic, he can withstand all the punishment. Morphling, however, since he can just morph around and play with his health, it's much different. So he can literally stand in between 5 heroes, hit with all his flat cannons, turn back into Morphling, run away. Which is why the BKB here is actually an even bigger turning point than usual. I hope to see either Scotty or Butterfly next on Mickey. I traditionally like the Scotty a bit more, because stats, and the slow is actually very useful against a Gyrocopter, who relies a bit on his movement speed. He did go for the movement speed talent though, so but Butterfly might be the extra damage you need to burst down someone. The issue with Butterfly is now with the BKBs up, you can't just shotgun someone out of existence, you have to at least wait it out. Okay, this Roshan. I don't know about this Roshan. Ogre Magi. Caught out. Mickey turns into him just to be able to bring him down. There we go. That's another way to shotgun with an Ogre Magi. Yeah, this Roshan was a bit of a tall order. I don't think this was the best of ideas, honestly. Said he didn't have map control around here either. Let's see, Liquid. They're starting to take control over the high grounds. I like this now. This is how you're supposed to take Roshan, by the way. You first, if you're gonna Roshan now, which is not gonna be the case, but you first take control of Vision. Oh no, Gyro! He's just been hexed up. He's done. He's gone. Goodbye, Boom. He literally exploded, much like his name indicates. Boom. Hippomaniacs. Oh, you just lost your carry there. And that's Liquid being able to take a Roshan for free. Hippo, buddy. That was not the positioning. They're starting to... It's getting later in the game. There's a bit of pressure on them. This Roshan will go easily to Liquid. This is definitely Aegis on Mickey. Maybe cheese on Quakefa. And Ags on Quakefa if he gets the last hit here. He does. I think he did get the last hit. Yes, he did. Because that's way too much gold from a Roshan, so yeah. He was practicing that. He was thinking, okay, I'm going to steal this last hit to get my Ags. I don't know. Do you save for buyback here? I don't think you need to. If you give him cheese, to be honest. Or does Centaur take the cheese? We'll see now if he... Nah. Decided not to buy it just yet. Especially if they have to fight near their base, I suppose. Okay. I mean, saving for buyback is the right play, I'll be honest with you. It's just that sometimes you want to play a bit greedy, take the extra risk. I think after the TI performance, these guys have learned that risks are tough. I also loved, by the way, that their drafting phase was so quick. They used none of the reserve time, guys. That reserve time is super valuable. Not to make fun of them, honestly. It's one of those mistakes that you make once and you learn forever from that mistake. I'm very happy these guys stayed together. Honestly, purely personal point. Insania. Okay, goodbye. Bye-bye, Insania. And comes Boxy, though. He controls the meeple for now. Supreme is doing a lot of HP. In fact, Supreme has been bursted down immediately. What are they going for next? The call down just to zone them out for now. Boom. Chasing after Boxy, and they might find him. He does eat the cheese now with another beautiful stomp, but they want to continue this. Boxy is going to be sacrificed here. He ate the cheese for nothing, just to give more space to his team. Hippomaniacs. Okay. They seem to still be able to win this team fight. Not the best positioning by Liquid. Mickey couldn't put out the damage he was looking for, and now it's time for Hippomaniacs to attack. That Satanic makes a world of difference, honestly, for Gyrocopter. You can no longer keep him stunned. Yes, you killed the meeple early, but there's still a Gyro now, and he's your main threat. Okay. Time to take this tower down. Nice Dark Array again on all 5 meeples, man. But doesn't matter. Call down just to zone out a bit more. Take the racks, walk away. They know. I mean, they can go for more, actually. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they realize. Thank you for listening to me, guys. I will make a great coach. Take down the tower down bottom. Boom. Mickey has to be a bit careful here. Actually, he has the Aegis. That's why he can play the so aggressively. So you took tier 3. You took double Rex. I mean, this is what a Liquid with an Aegis, man. Just wasted a lot of time on that Aegis. You have now around 2 minutes to fight and have a really, really good fight. The issue with Aegis often... I mean, Aegis is never bad. Aegis is always great. But the thing is with Aegis is, it puts pressure on your team to perform. Quite literally. There's a timer and they go, okay, you gotta get a good team fight here. And sometimes you're more inclined, especially if you're a less disciplined team. Not saying Liquid is, but some teams have this. To fight where Aegis is about to expire and you go, or is soon to expire and you go, guys, we need to take advantage of Aegis. And it's hard to determine when a bad team fight with Aegis is better than a good team fight without it. Because it's not easy to calculate the value of Aegis linearly. Regardless, this now that they lost an early team fight means you don't have the ease of execution. You can't just wait around till Hippomaniacs makes a mistake and you can pressure them. So instead, you have to go for things like smokes, for example. And this smoke is effective to some degree, but it's kind of blind. That's what I mean, right? You just saw, by the way, the creep wave being cut. I don't know if that was the right play, because now they know there's a smoke. And it was a blind smoke, so you're not going to catch anyone. Hippomaniacs just need to stay in the base and wait out your Aegis. And there's no way Liquid can put pressure into your high gun until or before the Aegis expires. So that's it. I think this will be the Liquid Aegis. Unless you have 1 more minute with Hippomaniacs does something stupid, they're just going to stay in their base, play this defensively. Butterfly for Boom as his next item. This is now... When Butterfly gets spot is when Boom is like, guys, you know, he cracks his knuckles like, I'm online. I'm ready. He's already pretty good, but the Butterfly is the extra damage he needs. Also, Butterfly gives him a lot of attack damage, 60 to be specific. And that gets even further amplified by all the attack speed in your team. Like I was mentioning, the attack speed currently didn't amplify any of his items, so it wasn't really being used for much rather than his base attack. But with the Butterfly, you start actually getting some raw damage to use so that the Inner Beast and the Bloodlust can be more effective. Especially if the Ogre goes for the Bloodlust attack speed, which is not crazy. I think it's actually a pretty good talent this game. 40 strength is really good, and often I hate not having to go for 40 strength. Because it's just such a good talent. It's ridiculous. You become super tanky. But the attack speed this game, specifically with a combination of Beastmaster, you actually might be able to reach full attack speed. And Meeple loves attack speed as well. Especially because you have so many things to Bloodlust too. So... Yep, there's the... As I mentioned, the Aegis has expired. And now it's time for Liquid to rethink. What are you going to do now? What is your plan? How do you respond to this? For now, some unorthodox items coming out. Shadowblade Unboxing. Secure Initiation. That's a good start of the plan. You need a good smoke, you need a secure initiation. That's very good. Are you looking for any big items? For example, level 25 on Lena? Or any big peaks? Level 25 on Lena? More Dragon Slaves. Okay. 2 waveform charges as opposed to multi-shot adaptive strike. Interesting. He did go for the waveform attacks targets. So with a stat-based Morphling, he's definitely more effective with that skill. Okay, I find the Ogre. This is a great pickoff. They don't wait. Straight up murdered. Well, Laguna Blade and the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, sure, you use Laguna Blade. You don't really want to fight now, ideally. But hey, you killed the Ogre. Time to put some pressure. Maybe force the buyback. This is good. This is a pickoff you were looking for. Ogre is probably the only hero that you don't care that much about dying. Ancient Apparitions, definitely the higher impact support. But hey, you took away their Bloodlust. You took away some of their fat tank. So, hey, it's a start. But Liquid, as you see, is not playing this completely aggressively. There's the other. This is a very common warding spot. This is not one they're not surprised by. They understand there's definitely a ward here. Yeah, there we go. I love this warding spot regardless because it's very annoying to deward this, and it gives really good vision regardless because it actually sees over these trees. So it's a fantastic warding spot regardless, but it is super common. It's not something... Whereas this one is not that people don't know about it, it's just that people don't use it because this one is so much more effective in terms of efficiency, right? So you rather get a better ward around the triangle and defend it than getting a worse ward that can't be dewarded. Because the idea of the triangle is that you don't... Or it's the same thing with this one, by the way. Same with putting a ward over here. You put it here, not because you think, oh, the enemy team will never guess it's there. It's more, we're going to fight them to the death and we'll have superior vision while we do it. Whereas this ward is more of, I'd rather they don't deward it. It's ideal situation. Let's hope. The gem is very annoying. They stole this off Senny as well, so... Actually, that was probably the biggest thing about killing Ogre there. Once he gets the Ags, though, Senny becomes relevant again. Because he has the double stun. Very, very impactful. What is this, by the way? Is this too? Oh, I love this, actually. Boars to D-ward, but what is this ward? This is a rotational ward? It doesn't actually block the cam. I think it is. It's just to not D-ward it. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. I'm sorry I'm concentrating so much on this, but it's interesting. Boxy. Oh. The Hex immediately. They have a lot of stun here. They go for Beastmaster first. Can they save his life? For now, Beastmaster's lasting, but nope. He is gonna not last for too long. As Hippomaniacs decide to run away, they acknowledge it's what they need to do. They lose 2, but it could be worse. It could be worse. It's the best thing you can say about them right now. They have Butterfly and Gyrocopter. They have Supreme, who's... Oh, look, it's a pub match. He's AFKing base. No, he's just playing with one of the meeples. Again, though, the sentry game has been a bit better for Liquid, I would say, for the most part. Hippomaniacs has a lot of concentration of sentries, mostly defensive sentries right now. This is a very good D-ward. I think they weren't... I don't think Liquid is expecting to see this ward over here up in the high ground. Not the most common sentry place there. Assuming that Liquid wouldn't put a ward right there. Anyway, talking too much about this. My bad. Let's go into the fight that's about to happen, because boom. Oh, isn't it annoying when you get hit by your own homing missile? Eh, get a taste of your own medicine, Mickey. It's gonna spam that homing missile to death. Oh, they Primal Roar him though. Ice spots as well, they miss it. That's perfect with a stun by Boxy. Can they actually follow this up? Yes, they do with a Hex. And now a long-range Shackles. Save your core. Boom needs to get away. He's gonna be able to do so. But not before he receives a hefty amount of damage. Didn't use Satanic, but I mean, now he has the BKB. You did lose your tier 3. That means Shrines are now available. The Shrine, the important one. Take down the Roshan Shrine. Get domination over Roshan. And then you can do these kind of crazy plays where you go, hey, 5 tiers are alive, let's take Roshan, it's fine. Smoke by Hippomaniacs. Again, blind smoke, not ideal. But this is a bit better just because the timing is so good. And it's Liquid's most likely retreating. The thing is... Oh, what a scan, another time. I was gonna say the lanes are shoved, so they don't have much vision of... You notice the lanes here, you have a lane, mid lane, they don't have much vision of them. Just why the smoke was so good. Undying in trouble. Another great stomp onto 4 meeples. Can they continue this? Yes, they do. And Supreme's about to go down. The Ice Blast hits them, but Supreme is already dead. Now it's Boom alone against everybody, but Boom seems to be holding his own. They go further. In goes the Ogre Magic with his Blink Dagger. At least getting a kill on the support. He just lost Supreme for this. This meeple's being hunted down. Okay, I thought Mickey was dying there. No, he's just morphing agility. Supreme immediately buys back, goes to the Roshan pit. He can smell it. There's a Roshan in the water, and he's back. Refresher, this is massive. Double Primal Roar, double Ice Blast. 2 very important skills. You have level 25 on Beastmaster, went for the extra attack speed. 3 homing missile charges. But is Liquid just gonna wait? Let this Roshan be taken away in front of their eyes? No. Liquid will fight. Liquid knows this Roshan is important, but the Roshan's almost gone. They're a bit too late. They do get a counter kill, at least on Seni. Careful, Ogre Magic. Supreme goes further. Just morphed into the wrong hero, Mickey. They want to punish him for it. Taiga, nice plus a hit. Another great stomp by the Centaur, but he's going to die for it. Boxy, what did he just do? No! They caught him with the Primal Roar! This is ideal! Without Mickey, you can't fight. They're going to force the buyback immediately. They even have the Aegis Cheese and the Refresher still, I believe. To check who has potential Refresher. Definitely not Meeple. Ancient Apparition. No, the Refresher just got eaten there. Yes. Oh no, never mind. They just left it. They just left it in the Roshan pit. Okay, so they have Refresher for this next team fight. Well, these guys are ready to fight. This is the last set of Rex they need. I guess the range Rex up top. Good snakes again. Supreme has no buyback. Let's not forget this. He has to be careful. Oh, 2 meeples stunned. You're not getting away. But he still has the Aegis. Where is he gonna revive? His biggest meeple was behind. They're forcing this team fight here. Supreme just wants to back away. They just lost the Aegis. They don't want to force anything else. They got the buybacks. That's what they were looking for. Ideally, didn't lose the Aegis there, but it's fine. Supreme going for that second Scotty now. More stats is what he's looking for. As the Gyro, Daedalus, his item. Boom, so excited about this Daedalus. That is going to boost up your damage output considerably. Hippomaniacs, we're gonna have a Daedalus on this Gyrocopter as I was mentioning. Yeah, it's starting to... It gets to 50 minutes in, man. This is the game where you're like, I wish I had someone with me. I wish I wasn't alone. Sad to be alone, isn't it, guys? It's unfortunate. To all my single people out there. This is why we solo cast. To give you guys hope. We can go further. People can believe in us. Double damage picked up on Boom. Okay. This, you might want to threaten this. Like, you get the double damage, you start thinking, guys, what if we use this blue sparkle of hope for something amazing? And the issue is you don't have the offensive well, actually, never mind. Okay, this is too good. I am loving this. Hippomaniacs needs a warding award. Not here, but here. Okay. This is officially my favorite part of this game. This ward. Okay. Hippomaniacs. Redefining what it means to ward the triangle. Beastmaster has an Invis rune. They have a gem though. Yes, Undying will detect him, but Curry for now. Basically running. Just barely away from the Undying. Look at that! He actually initiated from behind. Catch the Lina, which means initiation unsuccessful. Move does go down though. Seni only stopping the Morphling as they divide the team fight perfectly. Supreme jumps in. Insane is down, but Supreme's alone. They're gonna burst him down. Supreme's gone for 2 minutes. That is not what you were looking for. The Beastmaster next target hexed up, and they're gonna turn this chicken into some delicious fried chicken. Look at him. He can't go anywhere. He is cooped up and destroyed. As they now go for the second life move has. This ancient apparition will not last long. Glimmer Cape, he goes into the trees. Is he actually gonna juke him out? Liquid, you're going the wrong way. Muff, don't breathe. Don't breathe, Muff. Okay. Make sure they don't see you. Alright? It's your time. There's nobody around you. It's fine, buddy. You can go out. You're free. They give up on you. Muff. The master disguiser. You cannot find this man. He was the hide-and-seek champion for his school. And he shows it in Dota yet again. As Liquid, it's time for them to put some pressure, if not win the game. Take one Rax. Go for... Take one Rax, go for the tower, I don't know. Go for range for now. I mean, there's no meepo. Is really a gyrocopter gonna defend alone? Please don't kick me out. Dota. Okay, there we go. I swear if Dota kicks me out there. Emailing Ice Frog. Double holy missile, that's how you counter the potential Lincolns. Taya comes in with a BKB though. They weren't expecting this. They can't cancel the shackles. They just need to keep him stunned. And they do. The gyrocopter's down. 100 seconds without him, but he does have buyback. He needs to do it immediately. They're going for the tier 4. They want to force that buyback immediately. They do have those creeps in the base. Liquid, are you really backing out? Just force the gyrocopter buyback. They're just not confident enough. They acknowledge this gyrocopter's a bit too strong. They have to defend their own racks because there's this lane of creeps pushing in. Boxy is forced back. They're going for the safer objectives. It seems to be this shrine. Just a reminder that you can always do crazy things in Dota, and they'll work, and they'll be fantastic. This ward hasn't been dewarded, so... I mean, it has been kind of useless, because they haven't been able to get to this triangle for a while. That's one of the issues of having Meeple. Meeple's not so much of a hero that, okay, we're gonna slowly take control. You know, Meeple's not the World War I, war of attrition. We're gonna slowly win each trench. Go further and further and take more control of the map. Meeple is the, I'm gonna charge right at you. We won one team fight. Okay, guys, time to win because my Meeple's no longer strong anymore. So, he's not the best hero at controlling spots, much like this triangle. Which is why this ward, unfortunately, has not been used. In fact, this actually warrants using those kind of undewardable wards a bit more. Because they give less information, but good rotational wards. And since you can't take over the triangle yourself, you know, the not being dewarded is super valuable. You did go for the blood. Okay, how much attack speed can you give to your heroes now? 120 from the Bloodlust. 65, so 185 attack speed to the Gyrocopter, who already has 395. Let's say 165, so you have like 550? No, 560, 560. Okay. Closing in on literally max attack speed. Is this a Gyrocopter or is he a Wind Ranger? I can't tell anymore. Take that. That's why Wind Ranger's never picked anymore. Why pick Focus Fire if you can just get an Ogre Magi and a Beastmaster and a Gyrocopter and you get the same thing. Easy. Okay, so Prima has the concern of you... Oh no, he has buyback cooldown on 36 seconds. I thought that his cooldown was much larger. But this is actually the only important metric right now that we care about. Net worth is useless. This game, any tactics, any analysis is completely out the window. Alright? It doesn't matter who has more net worth. It's not about who's richer. Okay? It's just a full-on 5-on-5 like, fight in the streets here. It's who gets the initiation. It's who gets the one slightly more efficient play. I don't care, the Gyrocopter has a bit more items. He's going for the Abyssal Blade, by the way. Very typical of a Gyrocopter that needs that late game push. Morphling's like, well, might as well get Axe at this point. He is going for the Agonist Blessing now as well. Are we finally going to see the double Tombstone we've been looking for? This whole... No, that's garbage. Well, actually, double Tombstone might not be that great, but Decay with 10 strength is not a joke here, huh? Because you also went... No, you did not go for the cooldown reduction. I mean, I don't know if it's better than Flat Cannon, though. It just seems like Flat Cannon is too good. People said that the EU qualifiers were not going to be interesting. They were saying, nah, man. So OG's not playing, and Secret's not playing. What are we even watching? You're watching Liquid, guys. What's more exciting than a team that can make the best plays and the worst plays at the same time? And Hippomaniacs, which, honestly, I'm very happy to see these guys again. Because they showed a really good... They had a really good showing in the TI quals in EU. When there were not many teams to, like, I guess, snuff them. And they managed to just take down a lot of the better teams in the qualifiers. They showed their progress as a team. Without Saberlight, everyone's like, oh, these guys are dead in the water. They're never going to compete again. Well, they're holding their own against one of the best EU teams right now. So, really happy about this. Obviously, very happy to see the Liquid boys. I mean, the old alliance or whatever. I don't think I can call them that by contract anymore. Oh, they go for the. Oh, they went for the Retaliadora. Interesting. Call down used. That's gonna hit all of them. Not much damage, but at least it slows them down. Allows Curry to get away. Qualifier. I don't think he meant. I don't know that BKB, buddy. He might lose Insania because of this. They're considering. That's a lot of homing missiles. Look at that pack of homing missiles. An explosive bomb just for Insania. Oh, what is this? Just hexed up the Ogre Magi. They continue this fight. The Shackles are super long range and they finally burst down Senny. Now, boom. Fights the Morphling. Supreme does bring down Taiga. That's your stun gone. Curry fights to the death and he does get the stun off on the Morphling. Exactly what he needed to do. He screams in his ear right before he goes down. This Barbarian will do his job. And they do get 3 kills because of this. Oh, Curry, you sacrificial martyr. Scream to the heavens and you got rewarded. The Roshan is up and they're all gonna fight for it. Buybacks everywhere. I said it, there's no gold advantage, it doesn't matter. There's literally a 1k advantage for Liquid. Who cares? It's all about who gets the better part in these engagements. Those Shackles are becoming so impactful. I mean, God, this Shadow Shaman has BKB for God's sake. Right. It's time to fight for the Roshan. This big beast of stone will determine who gets this win. Pretty much. Because neither team wants to let us go. This is an Ags on the Roshan. This is Refresh on the Roshan. An Ags who can go to, I mean, Ancient Apparition on this side, for example. Maybe even the Beastmaster, reduce the cooldown. Definitely Refresher on him. Ags on the Centaur. Oh, yes. Please. Oh, they're actually circling around them. Are they trapped right now? And goes the Ogre Magi. And Supreme has just stopped the Shadow Shaman. He forced him to shackle a bit toward him, but now Supreme is stuck. Supreme is gone. He's to buy back immediately. Boom, still fighting against them though. A lot of damage. Has his Tombstone in the high ground. They gotta destroy it. The Morphling turned into the Undying. Oh, sorry, never mind. That's not the Morphling. That's the Undying just doing that. I got very excited. I thought that was the Morphling Ags already. Nope. Tombstone in the high ground was great vision, but it did nothing in the end. You lost Supreme, but Supreme had a buyback. And now they just forced him back. They're gonna take advantage of the Liquid. You're too slow. You have no shrine to TP to. This Roshan will fall before you can say, oh no, my Roshan. Oh no, my Roshan has fallen. God, guys, this is a terrible mistake. Oh yeah, there we go. See? So quick, man. Liquid. They smoked up. They were ready to go, but you know what happened? The Roshan was just too weak. Who got the eggs here? Who got the eggs? Oh, of course, the Meepo. Right, I don't see this anymore, so I'm just not used to it. But yeah, one more Meepo. This is the best eggs. Literally gives you 1 extra hero to play with. Okay. I mean, his issue is more he's been dying, right? So I don't think the extra Meepo is going to change that, but we'll see. Ah, I see the strategy. Now the Light Strike Array can't possibly hit all of your Meepos if they're lined up. Because it doesn't have enough AoE. Supreme. He knows, man. Now it's starting to be the point where, like, I'm gonna buy a Moon Shard, and then if I have more gold, I guess I'll buy a Refresher, because why not? I could buy another Moon Shard for my Beastmaster. It's getting to, like, not even luxury. You know, this is the point where you're you have so much gold. It's like when rich people buy those dogs that cost, like, $100,000, so you go, how? Why? And just because you can. It's not because the dog is actually worth that much. It's just because you can. I think the Refresher on Ancient Apparition is definitely the right choice this time. I like the Primal Roar. Like, double Primal Roar is super good, of course. But the double Ice Blast here, especially if you missed the first one. Ice Blast is the way you deal with a Morphling. In fact, it's a really easy way to kill the Undying as well. So, it's not bad against this whole team. I mean, even Centaur is very vulnerable against the Ice Blast. I don't know if the Ags wouldn't have been better in Ancient Apparition, though. Would have completely cancelled the Morphling. But I guess team fights are not long enough. Okay. Oh, they stun the Centaur. There they go. Who's the target? Shadow Shaman first. Can they kill him in time? He does have the Eon Disc. Instead, it's Mickey against 5. They're gonna go for the easiest kill. It's Insania in the trees. They're gonna murder this Undying. That's a Tombstone drop, though, because of it. Undying goes down. The Aegis gets dropped. Supreme is back in action. On second Ice Blast, they use the Refresher for this. Boxy's fighting to the death. They want to kill the Ogre Magi. He's tanky, but not tanky enough. As Supreme's still chasing after Boxy. Boxy, no more BKB. They want to kill him off. They do. Now they hex up the Morphling. They keep him earthbound. Morphling starts to morph away, though, and he gets away with a nice Force Staff. As now the Gyrocopter, no time for the Satanic. 2 minutes without him, but they got what they were looking for, which was the racks. Supreme might just be nicked here by the Lightstrike Array. He can still fight this. There's too many meeples. You're fighting against an army, and the army fights against you. Can they kill Boxy in time? No, they cannot. The E-Blade does not help this either. They need one last Ice Blast, but there's still a 6-second cooldown. Look at the Ancient Apparition. TP's immediately. Ice Blast ready. He's gonna try to snipe. Muff? No. He's not going to. If he thought about it, he's not going to. Well, I don't know if he thought about it. Maybe I'm just giving him an internal monologue, assuming his thoughts there. All right, that's 2 sets of racks, and the top racks also fell in that engagement. Yeah, it was the creeps actually who took it. So now that's really happy with Hippomaniacs. Now it's Liquid. Time for a mega creep comeback. Come on, guys. You were to TI. That was like a normal thing for you, right? In TI. So easy. Sorry, when I said the best EU team, I meant Team Liquid was one of the best EU teams. I think we can definitely agree on that, right? Let's reach a consensus that they're one of the best EU teams. It's a very easy statement to make because I just say, oh, there's like 12 teams or 18 teams that are the best EU teams. Someone's like, he has a point. There are a lot of teams in EU and they are good. Alright, this is what happens. You just lost Mega Creep, so you go, it's time for us to win this game. We win it now or never, boys. Rally around me, says Boxy. I have the retaliate stack, so guys, I'm about to die. Oof, oof. In fact, Mickey turns into Boxy just to get those retaliate charges. He needs to push as fast as he can. Look at Curry, controls Boxy. They use a stampede here. Boom, in trouble, the shackles. But, okay. Tiger saved from his own shackles. Gyrocopter could be in trouble. They kill him a second time. Alliance might actually be doing this. There's no buyback on this Gyrocopter anymore. It's 3 versus the world. How do you stop Mickey? You need an Ice Blast, but you just wasted it, Mickey. He's just concentrating one thing. He wants one thing and one thing alone. It is disgusting. And it's this throne. Can they stop him? The stuns are numerous. Mickey's actually losing against 2 supports. Mickey, your life, what's happening? How you doing, buddy? They managed to stop him completely. Senny is not concerned about Mickey. You are no longer a carry, sir. You are undisposed. Goodbye, Alliance. They just took down the Morphling for 2 minutes. Lena's gone as well. There are no buybacks on this team at all. And the GG gets called. Liquid, they had one chance. They tried masterfully, but they just didn't get it. What a game by Hippomaniacs. I told you guys, this is the Savannah Hippo. How many people get killed? Can horses chomp your bones? No, they cannot. You ride on them. We are the masters of horses. Hippos, that's a savage animal. You cannot beat these Hippomaniacs just like that. And with the first game of the best of 2 going to these guys, they showcased that the TI9 EU qualifier run was not a fluke. These guys have a lot of pent-up energy ready to showcase their prowess. We'll be coming soon with game number 2 between Liquid and Hippomaniacs. My name has been D Swordfish. Hope you enjoyed my cast, of course. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys. If you did not enjoy it, feel free to comment on why. If you did, tell me. I love praise. I'm a human being. I'll show you some tunes while we wait for this second game to be started. And let's see what Liquid can show us in this second game. See if they can make this a 1-1. Until then, guys.